wobble, wobble, stacking my cases. They have to do with the Bible. Use the establishment clause to stop parent schools if you need proof to see how Anglo v. Vitali rules. Religious schools, they get money too. Use the lemon test to get a clue. Tippy-toe, tippy-tay, you'll learn these cases today. That's right, you'll learn all these today. The free extra clause gives us the right to religion without a fight. Reading the Bible in school can be required since Anderson was shot and might get you fired. Student-led prayer. We did pursue. Santa Fe veto. Made it taboo. You must know this case. Stop.
Miranda Hartzler from Arizona asks, "Dear sock puppet, my cousin was recently arrested for doing something highly illegal. When he was being taken, they read some rights. What are they? And why do we have them?" Oh, dear Ms. Wrightsworthy, your cousin has the right to remain silent, stop questioning at any time, receive counsel, or have counsel provided if he cannot afford it. These rights are established in the case of Miranda v. Arizona. They are known as the Miranda rights and must be read at the time of the arrest.
Oh, this reminds me of a completely unrelated case in 1857.
Right. Dred Scott v. Stanford, where a black man went to court over the issue of citizenship.
Didn't the court decide that African Americans are not considered Americans under Article 5 in the Fifth Amendment?
Yes, but this is no longer used as precedent when deciding cases.
Hey, I have a joke about the First Amendment.
The First Amendment is no joke. It says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of a religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. That is not funny.
Let's just get back to our fan mail.
So-and-so from somewhere asks, "Dear sock puppets, my sister and I want to have a lemonade stand this summer, but Mom said if we accidentally poison someone, we are grounded. What do we do to conduct the lemon test? Dear so-and-so, this is a legitimate question, but the lemon test has nothing to do with fruit. The test was created in the case of Lemon v. Kurtzman in 1971. This case dealt with state laws intending to give money to religious schools or causes. The court held that in order to be consistent with the Establishment Clause, the money had to meet 3 qualifications. 1, it must have a legitimate secular purpose. 2, it must not have the primary effect of either advancing or inhibiting religion. And 3, it must not result in an excessive entanglement of government and religion. These qualifications are known as the lemon test." This is a public service announcement regarding the 14th Amendment.
The 14th Amendment is currently being used for selective incorporation.
The 14th Amendment saves lives.
Wow, these amendments sure are helpful.
Hey, what are civil liberties?
Civil liberties are rights and freedoms that provide individuals with specific rights, such as the rights given in the Bill of Rights.
Hey, what are civil rights?
Civil rights are rights that protect freedom from unwarranted infringement by government and private organizations. They ensure the ability to participate in civil and political life without discrimination.
I have a joke about the government. The government is a joke.
This is a public service announcement regarding the Fifth Amendment.
The Fifth Amendment gives us the right to remain silent, protects us from double jeopardy, protects our property, and protects us from being deprived of life, liberty, or property.
The Fifth Amendment saves lives, literally.
Did you know, back in the day, there was segregation between blacks and whites?
My oh my, what is segregation?
Segregation is when there is a separation of people into racial groups, sort of like when a worm is cut in half, a third the force.
Was that legal?
Well, according to the case Plessy v. Ferguson, as long as facilities were equal, they could be separate into blacks and whites.
I still don't understand.
Maybe a story would help. Once upon a time, there were laws called Jim Crow laws. They were put in place to require danger segregation. This is segregation that is required by law, unlike de facto segregation, which it just happens based on where people live. Brown v. Board of Education decided that separate but equal was inherently unequal and unconstitutional under the 14th Amendment in the Equal Protections Clause. Brown v. Board of Education, too, said that desegregation should take place with all deliberate speed, but this accidentally slowed down desegregation. Swan v. Charlotte Mecklenburg said that not every school had to be integrated in a district. The end.
Oh, I get it now.
This store sure is my favorite.
This is a public service announcement regarding the Fourth Amendment.
The Fourth Amendment is currently being used to protect you from unreasonable search and seizure, and police officers must have a warrant.
The Fourth Amendment saves lives.
White primaries were when black people couldn't vote in the primary election, so they had little say in the final election.
To allow poor, illiterate whites to vote, some states passed grandfather clauses that exempted them from these restrictions. Anyone whose grandfather had voted can vote.
Poll taxes, a tax that must be paid in order to vote. For students.
No fancy words.
No fancy suits.
Plain talk about issues you need to know, just in time.